Welcome back to Ground of Aces, episode number 8. We are trying to regain stability after our huge mishaps regarding air defense, and our recovery from that is still incomplete. It's still ongoing because, well, more attacks have happened, more damage has been taken, and we've not been able to fully emerge out the other side of that. So one of our big things is we are nearly done with a new storage area, which can free up some of this. But there's definitely tasks still to be done before we're really kind of fully on the other side of things. One task is I know I need another bomber, and we are just short on planks. And so as for where we're at with that, well, we have no wood, we have no planks, and so we have queued up this area to be cut down, and that's going to provide the planks. Meanwhile, we are getting the delivery here. The last wall section just finished a moment ago, so we're into the roof on this one. We're pretty close to making those couple of key things happen. We have a low mission timer. Yeah, we do have a low mission timer. Medium fighter interception, not an easy one at all. But I think we will be capable with our Spitfires and Mustangs of taking care of this one. Yeah, 99%. Can we do it with less? There we go. 2 Spitfires. Now, eventually this airstrip needs to be expanded. We've already turned it into a tier 5, but it's still tier 1. So we've got a long ways to go in terms of lengthening it and widening it, and we can't really do much of either. I can widen just a little bit here to the right, but realistically widening to the left is what we need to do. We already know what the requirements are. This is takeoff in progress. Okay, but lengthening it is definitely a possibility, and we can I tried this before and it didn't work, but we can add 10 or let's make that 12 to the length or more. Hold on, let's go a little bit further with that. We'll add 24 to the length for now. That'll give us a little more progress towards that. But the wood part, nearly done. We'll have those planks soon enough. We'll have this roof done. And then those planks will give us that parking spot. Yeah, that's what we need to do in the short term. This mission should be a victory soon enough. Tank squad, bombing run without the extra bomber. This one's not going to be easy. And we are still missing the pilots. Let's see if we have plenty of victory points for this. Let's see if we can bring in the crew we need. More gunners. I do need a gunner though, don't I? Let's see here. It's already been cleaned up. Let me see what exactly we are missing. That crew is full. This crew is missing one. It is a navigator, and this one is missing too, which is the pilot and a gunner. So at least we can get the gunner now. I think one of the other things that I'm thinking about doing is food production is so high. I think we could use more ground crew to make projects happen more quickly. Yeah, that means we're going to, as soon as this is done, we're going to immediately start building up the next barracks just below it. Okay, mission success. They retreated. We wiped them out, apparently. It says there wasn't a fight, but okay. Here they come. Our planes, have they returned? No, they have not returned. I just saw something flying through, though, so... Joy! Alert. We want to scramble all fighters. And these guys are still on mission. So we have 4 fighters. Let's go ahead and not scramble the bow fighter, as they are. Okay. I'm worried. And this is just killing us. It takes so long for these planes to get airborne that they don't end up participating. That's a Mustang. Yeah, we're gonna fail that mission. That part's okay. Okay, that Mustang did get airborne in time. Yeah, we failed to start that mission. Here comes our Spitfire returning. Can I scramble them up? No, scramble's already in progress. So these three... We shot down one plane is all. At least we didn't lose any, but we damaged the 2 heavy bombers. Certainly helps. They can do the most damage to us, but that's 4 light bombers and 3 fighters coming in. Depending on what angle they come from for the attack, we could be in some serious trouble here. They're coming in from the north. That gives us a better chance. So far, so good. Here they come, though. 1 down, 2 down. 2 dive bombers. That's... okay, they've landed. That's it, but they did succeed on one. One just hit our roadway here, but... they just destroyed this storage. Our tier 2 storage is toast. So we just lost all our tier 2 goods. And there comes that setback all over again. Well, at least we didn't lose any planes, I suppose. We do need to fill these a couple of spots. But I don't have room for pilots. And we shouldn't have lost any crew over this. Yeah, we're okay on crew. That's going to be a huge cleanup, though. I feel like maybe we're going to have to start just storing stuff really, really spread out. Not just a little spread out, but a lot more spread out than what we're doing so far. A lot of like small tents like this. Kind of spread out all over the place. At least we still have our fuel. Alright, so we know cleanup's going to begin. Restoration won't be too bad. It's really more about the goods that are lost. I do think this might fill up this area, though. We're going to have to probably expand it. Okay. We've widened that quite a bit. That's storage zone. And we do have a mission. And we have low water stock now. Let's fix that situation. Heavy bomber interception. That's a lot of fighting strength. This is a very dangerous mission. Do we have the capability? Now, we've just had a raid, so I'm hoping we're going to be okay for a while and that we can put in our best and brightest. I'm glad we have a 3rd Spitfire now. That gives us a 96% chance. Off they go. Of course, the pilots were actually doing a lot to help us with this situation. It's 1 day of cleanup, and they got a long ways to go yet. Meanwhile, we made 0 progress elsewhere. Rainy recon mission. We do have a nice solid 35 from a bow fighter. And that's a 99% chance. We need a 90. That'll do it. Okay, mission success. Everybody returns. Lost a little bit of health for the airplanes. They did have a fight on their hands, but not much damage taken. And that's a success as well. So suddenly we have 10 victory points. Let's take a look at the crew again and see what we have out there. And that is a bomb aimer. Navigator. Okay, Navigator is one of the ones we needed. Let's bring them in. I wonder, did that gunner automatically get assigned? They did not. There's our gunner. I have an extra gunner. Oops. I think I can promote Gloucester Gladiator pilot. So we're going to take this pilot, Victor Hill, and we're going to move Victor Hill to that bomber. So bomber crews are back. We've just taken a pilot off of another. Now, a Gladiator doesn't cost me anything, so there's the one we had. It won't let me delete the plane though. I do think that was a smart move though. Artillery spotting mission. It's only a 25. A Spitfire with a young pilot should get a 99% for us, and it does. I'm starting to figure out some of those kind of little details as the game gets tougher. Broad, simple, basic overview. You know what you're dealing with, but okay, that's a success. Right back to 9 victory points. And that's day 2 with a ton of cleanup still to do. But we do have a lot of tier 2s again. So that was the one really successful thing about our day, is we lost all this tier 2 stuff, but our requirements on tier 2 items was pretty straightforward in terms of production, and we have the raw resources to go back and kind of reproduce a lot of that here on this second day. So we are in fairly good shape on those tier 2 items once again, except for, I'd say, fuel, which is suddenly down to just 8. So we are mostly recovered, but we've got a lot of cleanup still to do before we can then rebuild the tent. We've got a pretty easy mission here. 30 is what we're needing, so I think like 2 Spitfires is going to cover this. 99%. There you go. But that's all 3 Spitfires out. Love to get that cleanup done. And this, we did make a tiny bit of progress on this roof. Of course, they've harvested all those trees. They just need to haul in a little bit more wood, so that'll be done fairly soon. Cleanup day 3. Once cleanup is done, then I'll worry about reconstructing. But I think I'm gonna finish the new tent before I reconstruct this one, and cleanup is done. So cleanup is done, and there you go. They got the tent built in that short period of time. So tent is done. Runway, okay, no big deal there. They're nearly done with the wood. It's time. So this is our tier 3 military. So let's go ahead and replace that area. Storage. Okay, and we will leave military on. We're going to turn off the other 2. And we are going to cancel this zone. There we go. So this stuff's going to get transferred over. And I think we are now in a state to at least begin multitasking and replace this floor. I will restore this one before we add a new barracks. There we go. Both projects being worked on simultaneously. And there is that floor done. So let's go ahead and, as we're making progress on both anyway, added a double door, window, and a window. There you go. And that's walls complete. Just like that. That's nice. And we just need to restore the roof. I'm actually surprised how quickly we've been able to transfer goods and restore what is a fairly large tent here. We did 7 missions, 100% success rate this time. So what do we want for goods? Well, I know we're a little light on, I don't know where we're at on repair parts, but repair parts are certainly helpful, and I know we're light on fuel, so let's just go ahead and take that. Though we do need another AA gun. Why don't we go ahead and get in an AA gun? We'll just take a little bit of each. I think defenses are a little more important than restocking things. Yeah, repair parts was good. Fuel is the one that's not. We were definitely light on fuel, but we've got some fuel coming in. And we will take this AA gun and put it probably in this area here. And that's it right there. Let's go ahead and there. Those do overlap good. We are I'm gonna stop worrying about machine parts. There we go. Back to making iron. Training facility, bombing run. We need a 60 plus. And you can get 49 of it right off the bat from 1. Which means I only need like a dozen to make the minimum. So a bow fighter will actually do it this time. Or not. That gives me 86. Will the Blenheim? No, that's only 84. I think this is about vulnerability. 86 is good, but can we increase that a little bit? Gladiator, 97. I'll take a gladiator. I think that's a little bit of a, like, some sort of support plane. Low water stock. Let's go ahead and set some harvest. Okay, mission a success. And an officer hostage rescue mission, which is about maneuverability. Spitfire might be giving us the best. It's got a minimum 35. There's a 37 for a couple of them. 94%. Okay. And both of these 3 projects should be done quite soon. There we go. That's cleaned out. That's a success. Not by much. Okay. Let's pause. Let's get things back in order. We've restored all of our planes bar 1, and with that successful mission, our victory points are maxed out. So let's once again see if we can find a pilot. No pilot. We need to order a plane then. And we have 2 spots and 2 spots. Now I'm afraid that it's going to default. Oh, this spot's done. Okay. Well, there's your obvious. That's going to bring in a lot of crew, which means we need to get another tent built. So before we expand this, I think we need the additional barracks for housing. We need the additional barracks for housing before we do other missions, realistically. Or we need to order like 2 more just... Well, maybe... Let's get another Spitfire. Let's get a Spitfire now, because that's only going to bring in 1 person, and that'll take care of our immediate issue of victory points being maxed out. Then we are going to... Let's see, how much space did I put in between these? 3? Yes, 3 each. So 1, 2, 3 spots. Okay, we can queue that up. That's going to be 3, yes, 7. Meanwhile, this first extension of the runway is a so far so good scenario. The new Spitfire did come in where we want it. It did not tell me I don't have enough beds, so that's good. Wow, that was close. +1. Minor success. Clay and sand are both low, so let's go ahead and set that to harvest. Let's prioritize getting this AA gun built. Of course, we need this for housing, for a soon-to-be bomber, and for crew to man the AA gun, which is it done? Yes. Oh, that's the refill on the water pond that I was triggering there. Birthday mission. 25 or 35? 25. Oh, and the surprise part, right? Bow fighter, 99%. Runway extension is done. It's still tier 1. We can worry about other projects for a little bit. Obviously, we've got to get rid of these to widen them. There are ways to do that. I mean, you can eliminate the planes. It's just the victory points involved. Something I'm not a fan of. Rather see them lost in action and then, one by one delete them. I do think another workstation tent could be in order. You never know when and I think building a hangar for storage could help keep it intact. Calm supply drop. That's a pretty big threshold. 70 it looks like. 93. We'll take those odds. Birthday mission. Success. Alright, I know if I start extending this way, that means the takeoff point also extends with it. This mission successful. But obviously we do have the room to extend up to there. 40. 40's not bad. Spitfires, better than the Mustangs. Mustangs just got more speed. It's got a use, but I really don't need a lot of Mustangs right now. It's just Spitfires. Plenty of Spitfires does the trick. 93%. We're already back up to 10 victory points. Let's see if that pilot's available yet. Pilot officer. More expensive, but we'll take him. We do have one spare gunner from before I figured out how to assign them. That's a success. Back up to 8 victory points. And here shortly, this will provide us a lot of additional beds, meaning we can kind of expand however we want. We are going to need a lot of additional chairs, though, to go with that, and I do think we need more leisure time items. Light fighter interception is only a 25. This is a pretty easy case here. We've got we do have a Spitfire here. 97% chance. I think we want to make sure we're going to take this all the way up. The others just returned. 98% chance. Let's give him a Gloucester Gladiator to go with him. Make it 99. That was a success. Didn't need it. 3124. Had it covered, but that's okay. And now we have a recon mission. Let's go ahead and get this extended at least to tier 2 length. 25. We got a Spitfire. It's kind of low on fuel. We'll take a Gloucester. 86% chance. Okay, how about the Beaufighter? 94. Well, let's take somebody with them then if it's going to be that difficult. Make it a 99, thank you. I'm going to assign the beds here pretty soon. I want to get that bomber in before something goes haywire for us. And then I actually want to start getting crew in as well. In which case, that's a success. Let's go now with objects. Yes, we need objects. We need sleeping arrangements. So we've already discovered that you can go with 2 beds, a shelf, and 2 beds. We will do this process twice just to get us started. Oh, here we go. They're coming in again, and what do we have out? No, we have everybody back. Okay. Scramble all fighters. We do not have that additional AA gun manned just yet because those beds aren't done. And this is huge. I mean, from the looks of this screen, at most there's 4 more planes that could be attacking. We could have a tier 5 and then still only 4 more planes. This is gonna be rough. I'm glad we have the extra Spitfires. I'm glad that everybody's here. I wonder if I can assign, I think I have some extra gunners lying around maybe. The Blenheim, the Hampton, the Beaufighter still have 5 crew members sitting around, so we will see if we can get this thing manned. Oh, see, there's two gunners. Yeah, like here's a navigator, and that gets me 3. So the extra AA gun is gonna be manned after all. That is 4 across now. Oh, and a 5th down here. Definitely need to get that one more down in this area to kind of help cover, but it's gonna give us a lot better chance of success this time, except for the quantity. I'm nervous about the quantity of planes that are coming in. It's a lot. 3 planes still waiting to get airborne because they all need... No, these guys don't need the tier... It's Spitfires. The Spitfires should be using the tier 1 runway. No, they are tier 2. All of them require this. Oh my gosh. So the Spitfires didn't take here. We might not even get these last 2 airborne. We didn't. No start. They only took out 2 light bombers and damaged 3 additional planes. Oh man, this is scary. This is scary. We need to get this upgraded here very soon to a tier 3. Here they come from the northwest. The extra one's helping us, but wow, that was a lot that just got through. But that was all the fighters coming in at once. Take him out! Take him out! Take him out! Take him out! Thank you. No! 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 Thank you. Oh my gosh! 3 more coming in. Got him! Got him! One last. 1 plane got through. Don't know what he damaged. Looks like there's a little bit of damage to the tarp there. Or here. Whew, we survived that attack. We survived that attack. Holy cow. Thank you, extra AA gun. I think it made a world of difference in this particular fight. I think it's inevitable these guys are going to have to be destroyed. But we've got a long ways to go to make this a tier 3, right? We're just now hitting tier 2 length. We already know tier 3 length is quite long. There is your tier 3 length. Let's just push for that. Whoa, week 16 just came to an end. 8 missions. We went pretty fast through that. I do want another AA gun. I certainly do. I know I have repair parts. Fuel is what I'm a bit more short of. In which case, let's get another AA gun and more fuel. Can't do there. That's too close to where the runway eventually will be. So it's not going to get to overlap, but it does overlap with 2. So checking back in on projects, we have 4 beds. We have 4 beds. This is not covered, but let's order a bomber, huh? Medium bomber interception. Not quite a bomber, but that's what we needed. We got the Blenheim. We do have the tier 3 runway here, and we have none of. So, oh, we have a Hampton. We don't have a short Sterling. Needs a large parking spot. Okay, we do not have a large parking spot, but the Hampton does use it, and we can order one of those. This is our second Hampton. That really helps out. But we still need to... Oh, not enough chairs. Not enough chairs. That's okay. We'll get that soon. Two Spitfires give me 98% chance. I like that. I'm going to add the chairs over here outside of this area, and we'll put in a whole row of them. That's 8 more. We're adding in 8 beds anyway, so it's gotta add up anyway, right? One way or the other. Well, suddenly we're down to just 3 victory points. We've definitely used them, but big proper expansion. Now the other curiosity I had is, can we actually make a proper okay, success there. I was wanting to make a hangar for these. Yeah, see, according to this, the roof looks like it doesn't need to be on all sides. I think we can get away with a floor. And of course, everybody's going to want to now go around. That is going to complicate things, but that's okay. That's okay. Long term, it makes sense. Oh, we have another behind enemy lines drop. Let's wait a minute for these guys to be back in their parking spots. And maybe get a little rest. We got 7 hours. Okay, on to work. 2 hours left. Oh, a Hampton and a Blenheim, just 60%, huh? From 67. What about a second? No, that's a second Blenheim. Looks like the Hampton's gonna have to do this one alone and hope they succeed. Okay, we definitely have a few projects going on at the moment, but mostly actually all of it in this vicinity, right? We are still actually working on. Okay, that was a success. Good. There was a little bit of risk in that one. The runway, the A gun, still not constructed, but we don't have crew for it anyway. We do have the beds though, so that's why we've got that other plane, but now we're doing a floor, and they're just getting started on that for a hangar. A lot of those beds got constructed. A lot of the chairs were made. We no longer have a shortage on chairs. Morale's doing really well. Overall, I think we've finally gotten things under control for Tier 3. It's not a done deal yet. I still want to get this other AA gun and get crew members for it. We could bring in at least one crew member right now because there's 4 for the plane and there's 1 more bed ready, even though they don't have a roof. Heavy fighter interception, let's take care of that. Spitfire. Spitfire. Mustang, still only at 60. Spitfire, that's 90. 99. Well, let's hope we don't get an attack right now. But I feel like at the moment anyway, I have one too many kind of projects underway. The hangar floor versus the runway. That's where we really could have spared ourselves a little bit of trouble. Factory bombing run. Hampton, 67%. That's nice. 99 with 1 Blenheim. Take that. That's good. And we are ready for new crew members. So, labor. Labor sounds nice. We'll take 1, 2 of them. Food's totally fine. We have 79 meals. Anyway, name of the game is we're back to having progress. Still, some of it stability related. Right, we've added 1 AA gun. We're actively adding a second. We've actively added 2 crew members so we can man said AA gun and work more quickly and efficiently, and we have plenty of food to make that happen anyway. It looks like I do need to harvest some sand, so before I forget, let's get that sand. We do have water, so we don't need to get all of these. Fuel. So tier 1, tier 2 supplies, we lost that, but we already recovered it. We also recovered all of our losses from the recent attacks. The only thing that's not done with that is the expansion of our nice success. The expansion here, right? We've cleaned out. We will expand that soon once this project is done. And it's just 3 more beds, and then the last corner section here, and of course the roof. And then this slow project is, well, let's make it progress of getting an actual functioning, usable hangar. But this is all just kind of weird because we covered it up. I don't know if they actually get credit for that or not, but who knows. One way or another, though, we've made really good progress for the first time in a few episodes. That's going to do it for this one, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.